So today I had an audition. Now, for anyone who knows me, I actually retired from dancing professionally in June 2024. So it's been a minute. And this particular audition was a job that my younger self had only ever dreamed of. And I only ever had one other chance for this job, and it was a world tour. This was a half a world tour, so it was perfect for me to run my business as well. But the only other time I ever had the chance to audition for a world tour was 10 years ago. So when this opportunity came up, I had two choices. One was to say, hey, let's give it a go. The universe has presented me an opportunity. And two, it could have been to say, do you know what? I'm done. I don't need to do this anymore. I do want to say that neither of the choices would have been wrong, but what I believe in every part of me is the universe sends us these lessons, these gifts, these opportunities for us to lean into. And it could have been the fact that I was supposed to get the job, it was supposed to lead to a different part of my career, rekindle dance and all the things, or, which it did do, was remind me of why I do this work now. And I do believe that when one door closes completely, another one will fully open. But until you fully close it energetically, physically, and all of the things, it might always be a little gap open. And that's definitely how I left my dance career was, well, if the right thing came up, maybe I'd dive back in. And being in that room with the professional dancers that are still training, and some of the dancers that I trained with all them years ago that are still going, they deserve that space. They want to fight for that position. I don't. I always said that until I stop loving dance, I will keep dancing. And a few years ago, I'd say probably the last year, I stopped loving it. And that was the reason why I stopped teaching and stopped performing, really, was that main reason. But when you're presented with an opportunity of a lifetime for your past self, what do you do in that situation? Do you ignore the signs and wonder what if, or do you just go all in and just see what happens? And this is where I come back to the work that I teach, because I can't tell you to go and do all these things, to try new things on all of the stuff if I'm not doing it myself. And I'm not saying this for clout, by the way. I'm saying it because this was just me. And I moved in silence the whole time. I didn't tell anyone this was going to happen, apart from obviously my close circle. But I'm telling you now because I want you to know that everything is always moving, and you can choose to wonder what if, and you can say to everyone else, oh, you should do this, you should do that. I'm not that person. I call myself a leader because I lead by example. So everything that I teach you about embodiment, about mindset shifts, some subconscious blocks, healing your inner child, is because I'm in the room doing it. And guess what? In that room that I would have craved to be in, I got that opportunity just because I did, right? Even to get the audition was a big thing because I haven't been dancing for all those years. But none of it mattered, because when I was in the room, I knew it wasn't my room. And when I was watching the other professional dancers that were absolutely killing it, I wasn't killing it, you know, like my heart wasn't in it anymore. There was no drive to push myself to be better. And actually, I felt quite far behind, you know. I didn't get the choreography as well as I would have done before, and all of the things. I just knew in that moment that this isn't for me, and that's absolutely okay. So my question is to you right now, what in your life is maybe a maybe, or you're holding on to? Is it an open opportunity that you aren't going all in on? Because one thing about me is I'm a go all in on everything, right? I trained this whole week. I made sure that I was keeping up to it. It wasn't enough, but that's okay because I still put in 100%. And one thing that I know more than anything in this whole world right now, my lesson today, was that dancing feels hard. It feels like a push. It feels like I'm trying to keep up or be better than, or all of those things, better than the version of myself I was before, all of that. And I was very mindful to not be my ego. But one thing about everything I do right now is it's easy. What in your life gets to be easy? And if you need guidance and support from a mentor that is living the embodiment of her work, drop me a DM.